Hello and welcome to Cooking with Jess. Today we have something special. We're going to make Panamanian Garbanzo Sofrito. I'm super excited about this. I don't know if you can tell. I really am excited about this. We're going to go all the way to Panama on this to make a sofrito. What is a sofrito? So, simply put, it's just a base made out of vegetables and herbs, some spices, and that's pretty much used throughout the Caribbean. Yeah, Latin America as well. So every country does it a little bit differently, and even within the country, right? Like certain families and groups or what have you make it a little bit different too. So we're going to Panama, and we're going to use a Panamanian sofrito recipe. It's very simple. There are there are pretty much, and I'm just hesitating because there's one thing that is very special to Panamanian culture. There's one herb in particular, and what that is called culantro, and this is what it looks like. It's similar in spelling to cilantro, but culantro tastes nothing. As you can see, it looks nothing like cilantro. So this is something that I travel to my ethnic grocer, as I call them, to purchase that because you're not going to find this in just like a regular grocery store, more than likely, depending on where you live, right? So, luckily for me, here my ethnic grocer has that and many other wonderful things, but that's a staple in Panamanian cooking. So, we have to have that in this sofrito. So, to get started, we are going to put in some grapeseed oil. So, this pot is already hot and I think it's going to be moving pretty quickly. So, I'm going to be moving pretty quickly. So, we're going to use an onion. I already cut that up. This is one whole cebolla. Cebolla is onion for those that don't know what that means. But we're going to be using all type of vocabulary, so get ready so you can expand on your Spanish if you don't know already. So yeah, that's already moving around. It's ready. So we're going to put in the cebollas. And I'm not sure if you can hear that little bit of sizzle already. It's very faint. So we know that it's warm, but it's not where we need for it to be. So I'm just going to turn this up. Right now I have it on 1. We're going to bring it up just a little bit. So let's go up to 2, right? I don't want to go out of control and then we burn this because heaven forbid we burn some cebolla and it'll make for a sad, sad sofrito. So we're just gonna toss it's just a few little stirs, just so I can incorporate that grapeseed oil in with the cebollas. And it looks so shiny already. It just looks so nice and moisturized. It's very pretty. Okay. So while that is over there doing this thing, it's heating up and it's just breaking down the cebollas. We're going to go ahead and we're going to chop up the green pepper. And we're going to do a half of green and red. And you know something I thought was really funny about this recipe, right? So I'm at my, what do we call this grocery store? This is I don't want to say no, we're not going to say fancy. It's not a fancy grocery store, but it is a grocery store that's not, I mean, it's close by, but it has, I believe, everything. Yeah, everything they sell there is organic. And it's fairly simple for me to get, or easy for me to get a lot of the organic produce and even spices and all that. Not that you have to, it's a choice, right? And for me, when it comes to produce like fruits and vegetables that have a high water content, so something like this, I would prefer to buy organic as opposed to conventional, right? Which just means it's not organic, it's a regular one. So I'm going to thinly slice this as best as I can. And what we're going to do is we're going to add this to that mixture. But I started to say, so I went to this grocery store as I often do, right? And I happened to see that there is a company that sells this pre-made. And I thought it was the funniest thing because I don't see Panama getting a lot of play when it comes to in the grocery store. You know, you'll hear like, oh, this is Mexican such and such, or Cuban black beans, you know? And I saw it and I'm like, I wonder what this tastes like. It happened to be on sale. So you done know it was done. I was buying it. So I bought it, made it, which so it came in a pouch. And because it comes in a pouch, all you have to do is either you could put it on the stove or you can put it in the microwave. I opted to put it in the stove or put it on a stove top, right? And it was good. And I was really surprised. So I called my elders being like my aunts, right? And my parents, and I'm like, "Do you guys know, like, is this a thing? Who knew this was a?" And they're looking at me like I did not know that Panamanian garbanzo sofrito was like a specific dish, right? So I bought a lot of them and I gave it to them, you know, as gifts, like just in case you don't know what Panamanian food tastes like. Perhaps you should try this. And I'm laughing because they're Panamanian, right? Like, so that's why. Anyhow, so I decided, well, I wonder if I can make it myself because it really tastes good. And the most important thing for me was that the littles ate it. That was the biggest thing. You know, it had a, I don't like to use the word like tiny or itty bitty because, like, what does that mean to you? To I know what it means to me, but if I had to put a level, right? Like, I would say it had mild. It had a mild level of heat, and that was good for the littles. Not for me. So I had to add a little bit, just a little bit like cayenne, just to jazz it up just a little bit, bring it to like more of a medium heat. And outside of that, like I thought for it to be like pre-made, you know, or packaged food, I thought it was flavorful. But then again, I'd never had this before, so I don't know what it was supposed to taste like, but I thought it tasted pretty good, I think. And I think that company does a pretty good job too, because I've had some of the other items. I'm going in and I'm cutting up some of the culantro, okay? So what I'm going to do as I hear this sizzling, because we always want to be paying attention, right? We don't want to we don't want anything to burn. And this is doing exactly what I want it to do. I don't know if you can see that little that heat, that steam coming up. And it smells so fragrant. Oh yeah, it smells fragrant. It's really good. Really good. Listen, we're not playing today. You stay in there. Okay. So just gonna roll it just a little bit to try to get some of these leaves. I am all about stems, right? Because stems pack a lot of flavor. So I'm just real quickly just rough chopping this, and we're going to add this into the with the cebollas and just get everybody in there. Everybody's getting in there. We're not playing. Nobody's going to fall out. This is like this is the thing with me. I get very excited about getting food in the pot and not anywhere else because man, I got to take a deep breath. I got to get focused and make sure we get in the pot. All right, so we're good here. So we have our red pepper, green pepper, and our culantro. You see how slow I'm moving? Man, because we'll use the word excited. I don't want to use any other negative. I don't want to use a negative connotation. So we'll just say that I get very excited, right, when I'm going to do this because I don't want to lose anything at all. We're getting everybody in there. Okay. Now, and that's going to continue to break down and mix up pretty well, get those flavors talking to each other, which is important because we want them to create a harmonious blend. Doesn't that sound nice? A harmonious blend. And it smells so good. You know, I've been thinking about how to describe what culantro smell like. What's that fragrance? I I got nothing, man. It's but just know this: it's nothing like cilantro. It does not. There's no nothing in it that is like, oh, you know how cilantro has like this kind of like it doesn't have this. It's not the same. It's not the same thing. However, I did learn another name for culantro is Mexican coriander. I had to look this up. I did not know this, right? So, because I'm familiar with coriander, which I know is another name for cilantro, I said, "Well, look at that. Look how you can go on the internet and learn all type of things." So, I'm not hearing or I'm hearing the sizzle, but it's not like how it was before. And I think that's because I'm hesitating if I want to go to level three. I'm at 2.5 and I'm like, let's be a little gangster and let's go to three. And that's because the red pepper and the green pepper, they were just a bit at room temperature. They came out the refrigerator, so they were cold, but they were sitting out for some time, but not that long. So it still was a lot cooler. So as it went into the pot, it kind of brought the temperature down, and we want to bring the temperature back up because I want more sizzle because I want to break down the um, the crunchiness of the red pepper and the green pepper. The cebollas right now, they're good. They are good. Nothing's sticking, nothing's burning. Um, yeah, they're good, but we need to break down this red and green pepper. So I don't know if you can see this. Let me see if I can bring up the cilantro. I'm sorry, the culantro. Look at that. See, it's like it's kind of wilted already, so that's good. So we're gonna start adding in some sal and got my trusty one here, but I separated everything for us. So I'm going to add that in there quickly because I hear things are moving. So here I have sal. I have smoked paprika because I'm fancy, yes. And then we have cumin. So I'm just going to put that in there. And I have a bay leaf, but we're going to hold that to the side. Hold on. Let's just get this guy in here. I want these guys to break up. And the reason why I like putting this in, I'm really big on putting like dried herbs and spices, seasonings, if you will. I like putting them in a pan or a pot. In this instance, we're putting it in a Dutch oven, right, where we don't have any liquid in there. And the reason why I like to put the dried things in there and get an opportunity for it to mix with some of this aceite is because I want to make sure that that oil is mixing in with, oh, listen, that smoked paprika. That's the first thing that it just opens up. And that's what I like to do. I like to warm up dried seasoning just to bring it back to life. Give a little bit of a like, oh, you asleep? Well, now you back. All right. But that smoke, yeah, man. Ooh, it smells amazing. It really does. I don't smell the cumin, but that smoked paprika. Wow. Okay. So now everything is starting to turn a little brown. They're getting in there. They're mixing and blending. So I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to make a little space here because I do want for the ajo, I want for that to touch the bottom of this Dutch oven so that it can cook and we can take out some of that rawness to it. I'm shaking my head here because it's just something about that fragrance from this ajo, man. Oh my gosh. This is part of my excitement when it comes to cooking. It's really the number one, the aromas. Number two, definitely, definitely the colors. That's a huge thing for me because I think it's important that when you're eating and you're looking at your food, like it looks good. Now, I'm not going to sit here and say everything that I cook is visually appealing, but if it tastes great, listen, I'm with it. Oh my, that smoke. Listen, that smoked paprika is coming through. And then and right behind it is the smell of the ajo opening up, you know? Jeez. It's this is gonna be good already. I already know. I already know. So make sure you try this and let me know. Let me know what you think. Let me know. So I'm starting to get a little bit of the red pepper and the green pepper is starting to break down. It's losing that crunchiness. I can see it's like getting a little wobbly in there. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to wait. I'm going to get. Hold on. Let me. Another thing about me you should know. I'm going to scrape stuff to death. Why? Because I was right. We're going to put this in here, but not right now. That's yeah. I'm not going to say I was raised to do that. It's just it's a subconscious thing for me. Like we're going to use everything. We really are. Oh, that thing smells good. Woo. All right. And I'm a huge advocate for tasting as you go along. Not yet though, because we don't really have any um like a liquid. And that's what I want. I want to taste a liquid. I don't want to like chew into some sauteed cebollas. Not yet. All right. So I'm gonna add some tomato paste. I also like to make sure that with tomato paste in particular, I like to make sure that that opens up too. And what I mean is when similar to the dried herbs and the spices, how I want to like rehydrate, we want to wake it back up with the tomato paste, I want to let it break down a little bit. You know, there's a lot of sugar in tomatoes and naturally. And because of this, I wanted to just be ready to receive these flavors. Just receive just a little bit of it. I mean, we still want to taste that tomato paste, but we just want you to receive the other flavors mix in together. Yo, when I tell you, I wish you could smell this. I'm really excited about this, really. And we haven't even added any. We haven't even added any garbanzo beans. If I go back and forth between saying garbanzo and chickpeas, it's because it's the same thing. Why do they have two different names? I don't got that answer. But I haven't even added in that yet. And it just, oh gosh. I, yeah, it takes a lot for me to be speechless, okay? I'm speechless. I just want to make sure I'm not missing anything because I'm ready to eat this. It's not ready. It's not. So I'm going to put in that bay leaf. Please remember to take the bay leaf out. Please remember to take the bay leaf out. Now, this is not going to get all soggy and warped that you can't fish it out, but don't forget you put it in there, okay? We're only going to use one. That's it. And then we're going to add some water. I'm just covering the bay leaf, but I want listen. The bay leaf, it just hit. What I mean by that, I put it so I folded the all the cebollas and the peppers and all that wonderful stuff on top of it so that the bay leaf can touch the bottom of this heated pan, of this heated Dutch oven. And it just opened like I just smelled it. Like that was quick. I didn't expect that. Wow. Yeah, this is gonna be this, all right. Hold on. Let's get this water. Let's get this water. Hold on. All right. So cue in my electric tea kettle. It was heated up. So all I'm gonna do is just add just a little bit of water. That's it. I'm gonna stop. And I'm gonna mix. I'm mixing. I'm mixing. And then we're gonna add in the garbanzo beans. Oh, this thing smells good. Wow. Wow. Okay. I'm excited. I'm excited to taste this. And we're not even gonna hold up the show. Okay? We're not gonna hold up the show because this is while we're talking, while we're cooking, Oh, it's breaking down. This is good. All right. Boom. That looks like a lot. It's not a lot. So I like to use my beans from the dried state. What I do is two things, right? Number one is I like to soak it overnight. This is when you have time, right? So I soak these overnight and then I put it in my instant pot and pressure cooked it, right? So these are ready to go. They're ready. They just have to incorporate, and I'm being careful because I don't want to break up this bay leaf. As you can still see, mira, still there. Holding its shape, it ain't going nowhere. It's there. But I don't want to break it up too much, you know? So anyhow, yeah. The cook the garbanzo beet, they're ready. It's already ready. I just want everything to mix in and then I'm gonna add some more water so I can get like a little gravy. And then we're gonna taste test. I'm not gonna eat it, but I'm a huge fan of having just a little bit of just something so that when you pour this over like rice, you got a little something extra, right? Not just the just not all this wonderful stuff that came out in this sofrito. We want to make sure that we have just a little gravy on the side, you know. I think something that will go really well with this, arroz con coco. Arroz con coco. I make it a little bit differently. In Panama, when they do make it, they use coconut milk. Now, if you've never tried this before, I don't know what your mind is going to, but if your mind is going to, this is a sweet rice. No, mama, no, papa. It's not a sweet rice. It has hints of like coconut milk, but not coconut cream like in a pina colada, not like that. So it just gives a whole different flavor on your rice. And I know that there are other Caribbean countries that use cocoa or coconut, that they use that in their dishes. But I think, hello, this is a Panamanian dish anyway, right? The Panamanian garbanzo sofrito. So with that on top of like a bed of arroz con coco, you good. You are good. Do it for me, okay? If you on a fence and you're skeptical about it, just you know what? I think Jess, she was like, I should do it, and I believe in you. I think you can do this, okay? I think you can do this. This I think is fairly simple, and I just keep adding just a little bit more water because what I'm trying to do is just slightly cover everything inside of the Dutch oven. I don't want to go too much, but I don't want it to be too like runny and watery, but as everything starts to break down, it's going to thicken up. Look at this. Let me just again, Miraki. Still here. It ain't going nowhere. That's the bay leaf. It's going nowhere. So I just want to gently stir things around. No, that culantro broke down. It broke down, but that flavor's in there, and that's what's important. I'm ready to taste this. Not eat it, but I want to taste it because I want to see where we at as far as like flavors and all that wonderful stuff. I'm really excited. All right, let's see what it tastes like. Let me get a little spoon. Let's see what's going on. Just a little bit. First of all, I don't even know who I'd like to thank first. I'd like to thank Culantro for showing up because huge difference. I wish I could tell you what it takes. I have no point of reference. I really don't. It's I don't want to tell you what it's not. I just can't tell you what it is. But that's the first thing that hit me because I'm familiar with it, so I know what it tastes like, and this was necessary in this dish. If we're gonna call it Panamanian something, it better have some culantro in it, and that's the first thing that I taste. Then I taste that smoked paprika. That smoked paprika is I'm glad that I went that route instead of just putting like a just regular paprika. Ooh, that smoke, that smoky flavor. Whatever they do to make it smoked, it was also necessary. Oh my Lord. Listen. Now, I would like for these these red and green peppers to break down. I feel like just looking at it, everything looks broken down. I'm getting emotional over here. I'm not. It's just I don't know why my eyes running. It's some weird things happening. Um, but yeah, everything else like onions, I could kind of see them, but you know when you saute onions, they get they become translucent, right? You can see through them. So I see them in there, but they're not like standing out. However, the green and the red peppers, I just want them to be a little bit more like just broken down more. Just still look a little too firm to me. So I am going to stop with the stirring. I'm just gonna I'm pushing down the bay leaf because I do want it to cook down into this sauce. Look at me. I'm still with the stirring. All right, I'm done. And I'm gonna cover this. I'm gonna let it go for I'm gonna let it go for I'm gonna go for 15 minutes. Okay. And I'm gonna cover it. I'm leaving now I'm at 4. I went up an extra click and I'm gonna cover it because I'm hoping that what this is going to do, where is my top? I'm hoping that what it's going to do is it's going to break down that. So I'm going to cover it and we'll be back in a bit and then we could taste it. It's going to be hot, but I will take a L for the team. I will. Okay. All right. So I'm going to put this cover on it, 15 minutes, and then we'll be back. Are you trying to become pregnant? Are you ready? It's an exciting time. It really is. So there's a few things that you're going to need to know. There's a few things you're going to have to prepare yourself for. It's a journey, but it's a beautiful one. In the community, we talk about all these different things. We talk about the providers. We talk about what you need to do, how to prepare yourself. We talk about what to do when the baby gets here and after. Interested in having a home birth? We talk about that too. Click the link in the description box below and join us in the community where we'll provide all that information for you. All right. Listen, I've been trying to contain myself. This I'm really excited about this. I was just thinking about the like why am I so excited? It's the culantro. Like tasting it just reminds me of like so many other dishes that I've had that has culantro in it. And the first thing is like I'm like, "Oh, you know who's going to love this? My big boy. He's going to love this." Let's see how it came out though, okay? That smell. Ooh, that aroma. Okay. Okay. Now, I got this little tiny little ramekin because I'm not going to OD and eat the whole bunch. This is for portion control, okay? So, oh my gosh. So remember, the first thing we need to do, we need to fish out that bay leaf. So let's see if we can find it. You see, I'm ready. I'm ready. Okay. Wow. That fragrance, man. It's the smoked paprika. It's the culantro. Gosh, man. I had to smell the ajo like slightly. Okay, I found it. Guess what? Mira, you see this? Nice and firm. We don't have to lose it, but we're not going to eat it. We don't want to do that, okay? Man. Ooh. All right, I'm only going to take a little bit for real. It really smells amazing. Lord. I wasn't ready. All right, so I'm gonna try to get everything, a little bit of red pepper, a little bit of green pepper. I definitely see cebolla in there. And I wanna see if I can grab, here we go. A little bit of culantro, yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited. I don't know, like, geez. I wasn't expecting this. I don't know why I'm like, geez, what is this gonna taste like? Amazing. Now I'm taking an L for the team because this is super hot. You see this? You see all this steam coming up? This is, let's be safe, right? So we're gonna blow until we can't anymore. I think that's enough. All right. I know it's gonna be hot. Thank you, Instant Pot. Okay. Let's talk about these garbanzo beans. Now, first of all, they're so like, you know, melt in your mouth, right? Like, okay, yeah, yeah. No, this, yes. Now I had already cooked these in the Instant Pot. So they were ready. It was just about blending everything, like marrying all the flavors together. So it's like I barely have to chew it. It's not squishy. That's important to know. The good thing about chickpeas, they hold their form. Oh, this tastes amazing. Oh my gosh. Okay. So I scraped it. That wasn't the plan. Listen, please, I believe in you, okay? You can do this. You can make this. If you can't find a culantro, let's light a candle and hope you can, okay? Because that makes the huge difference. It makes a huge difference. I don't even know what else to say. This, listen, please make this. Try it. And then let me know what you think. I know you're gonna love it, but I need you to try it. All right. Thank you. Until next time.